Dude, I am so tired. I want to sleep so bad, but I have to edit this
Oh shit, that's
at
right.
the
It's
same time
Thursday.
as you. Yeah. So
Hell, I'd have to.
I need to wait for you to do your edit. Then once it's uploaded, I could just grab it off SoundCloud, and then yeah.
Listen, people, our loyal viewers and listeners,
People.
I'm gonna make this intro super quick, and it's gonna be just me saying this right here. Y'all better love all the shit that's coming to you, because
So much is coming.
so much, and
So much come.
all over y'all, and and today has been a content creating filled day, on top of the fact that we still had to record this to be out tomorrow, which is technically for the audio people a day late.
Yes.
But
that might not be a thing coming soon, maybe.
Wink wink. But also, like, we thought about not doing it, but the funny part about that would be if we did not do it, it would throw off the schedule we have for all the things coming up. So we pretty much fucked ourselves in that case. So we were forced to do the podcast in order for you guys to get later podcast content.
Yes. That was a lot to keep up with, I'm going to be honest with you.
But it's the truth.
I might be a little up there.
Of course you are.
Yeah, you know. It's not too bad. I'm coming down from it, but, you know, just so we're aware of the situation of the performance-enhancing drugs I am on.
Of course. But
for a podcast.
I mean, take some agility. Today is, like I said, it's been a day. There's a lot of great fun stuff coming, and we didn't even get to do everything we wanted to today, but we did a lot.
Yeah. And then the funny part is, like, the stuff that we did do isn't even all of the stuff we're planning to do.
Exactly.
Which is the crazy part, because today, while it was quick, was still a lot of shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, hey.
So much so that it went on longer than I expected it to go on, and it ran into my nighttime family stuff.
Yeah.
Which we were supposed to record the podcast in person, which would have been the first podcast recorded in person in I don't know how many episodes.
So many.
Yeah. But clearly, digital boys, so nah. But it'll all be worth it. It'll all make sense when it comes together.
Yep.
I know we're doing a lot of building this up, but it's once you see all of it, it'll make sense.
You might even see a little bit of it in this week's podcast.
Ooh.
Stick around after we talk about what we played this week. Probably better for you to be watching the video version for context, just so that you guys know, like, yeah, it's still gonna be there for the audio version, but like, watch the video version.
Yeah, video people are who still listens to the audio? I'm sure someone does.
There's a couple of audio amigos, not too many left in the great land of Save Before Quitting Oz.
True, and we do get a nice little chunk of listeners. So
yeah,
for those people who we don't know,
yeah, to all you people who are listening on Spotify and are either one, not in the Discord, or two, not making it known that you're listening. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
What's wrong with you?
Come out into the limelight. Come to the Discord.
We need
the YouTube. The YouTube definitely, and you'll see about that in a little bit.
But
yeah,
with all that being said, we're going to power through this episode quickly. This might be a short episode for real this time.
Probably. I feel like we just like zoom through the news.
Yeah. Yeah. With all that said, the show starts now. Theme song.
Now, theme song and stuff. Me.
Beautiful.
Level up, gamers.
Oh, it's music to my ears.
And welcome back to another episode of the Save Before Quitting podcast. I don't know what I'm doing.
Beautiful, sexy.
As always, I'm joined by my lovely co-host over here.
Me, I'm Ant, and I'm here, and I'm lovely.
Hell yeah. And I am here as well, Chris, and we're here to talk to you guys about all the gaming news, all of what we've been interested in this week in gaming, maybe a little bit of teases towards some of the stuff that we're working on, some questions from you guys in the Discord. But all of that being said, you can always follow us on our social media. Save the letter B at number 4 quitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Hell yeah. And when you're done doing that, when you're done doing titty, head over to savebeforequitting.com where you can pick up some fresh new merch items dropping soon. The spooky season's about to start. And with spooky season coming back, you know what that means? That only means one thing.
Of course.
Bitch Made.
Yes.
The series that you all clamor for, that we kind of took a long hiatus on. It's coming back.
We've been getting things in order.
Yeah. And we're also going to need some suggestions for some scary games to play in the meantime. Because we want to do, I would assume we're going to do a decent bit of videos for October. Because that's coming up. So the one that we wanted to do off the rip, obviously, was Resident Evil 8. The update makes it third person doesn't come till the end of the month. So we'll still play it once that comes out. But we need some stuff in the interim. I don't know what this is, but
that's sexy interim right there.
So definitely let us know what games you think we should play that are horror related, either 2-player co-op or something that we could play on the couch, relatively easy. Digital's fine too, like if we're from each other's places. Like I was thinking about playing the what's it called game? The ER, not ER.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember what it's called. You said it last week, and I still don't remember.
Yeah, what's the name of the place where they keep the dead bodies in Men in Black?
Morgue.
Morgue Assistant.
Morgue Assistant. That game looks. I know the whole thing is Chris is the scaredy cat and doesn't want to play. No, that game looks fucking terrifying. Like I'm scared of that game.
I want to play that because here's the thing. I know what it is. It is literally just a straight up jump scare machine.
Yes.
So I know what we're getting into. Like, will I like it? No. But at least for this, I know that like it is only made for jump scares.
I don't want to play that alone.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But we have other ideas. But you can send those suggestions to savebeforequitting.com or fully spelled out at gmail.com as well.
Yes.
So let's go on the website.
To join.
That. You can also join the Discord. Join that Discord down in the description. Down longer below.
Yes, all in the description. Everywhere you need to be is in the description.
Yes. And well, with all that said and done, I think that's all the promo. No, it isn't, because you can also join Patreon, which you will end up seeing this weekend, which because we have to do the live podcast with patrons.
That's right.
So in theory, that'll give us a little bit of a break because we post that as the main podcast for next month. So not much news there's going to be discussed, but you know, it'll be happening this Sunday at some point. I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely digital boys, unless we can get together. I think we can get together for that, right?
I
probably.
So if not, we'll make it work digitally. However,
it'll be made working.
Either way, we will have a digital. We will have a live Patreon podcast.
Yes, on this coming Sunday.
Yes.
But besides those, you can also get 2 extra podcasts a month for fucking very low price of 2 cups of coffee that support me and your boy over here per month. $5 per month. You shoot that our way, you get 2 extra podcasts a month. It's about random bullshit that we think of. and then a lot of floundering and asking the Discord for help.
And taxes.
Taxes is probably the most.
A whole lot of tax talk.
Yeah, and if you know, you know, and if you don't, get in the Discord, and then you'll know.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, I think that's everything.
Oh wait,
it's not. I'm dumb. What did I forget?
You didn't forget anything. On top of the fact that we're coming up on our 100th episode, which is a big deal, and we're preparing for it week after week, day after day. Me and Chris are sending pretty much long paragraphs to each other. There's a doc made of just things we want to get prepared for that time. We realized not only is it the 100th episode, it is the 2-year anniversary where this show is about to be 2 years old. And it lands around the same exact time as the 100th episode. That's fucking serendipitous. That's like,
fuck yeah.
Couldn't have planned that. And you
couldn't have planned it, but we're gonna.
Right. And the crazier part for me in that is like with everything that happened this year, even the little break we had to take when I was down and out.
Yeah.
If we wouldn't have taken that break, it would have landed differently. The fact that that break happened and we picked up when we just decided to pick up, because we could have did that a week later or a month later.
True.
We decided to pick up on at a random point to where these two things just come together.
Yeah. That being said, we are taking a break the week prior to that happening, so we're kind of cheating a little bit besides the down and out part, but
But we just realized that was happening, so it wasn't like we did that on purpose.
Yeah, we had preemptively decided to take a week to not do the podcast before the Halloween 100th episode, 2 year extravaganza. Maybe that's the
long ass title. Yep.
Thumbnail's terrible. I can already see it. But it's gonna be a fun time. That episode is a little bit different than what we normally do. We're hoping that it's one of those things where, with the amount of work we're putting into it, it is going to be something that brings in a lot of new people and makes people want to watch more. Yes. And hopefully not expect that every episode, because the pre-production's time. So
let's just say that 100th one will be in person. Me and Chris will be together to record the 100th episode. Typically, we're digital boys for the main podcast, but that one we need to be together for.
Halloween spectacular, baby.
It'll be interesting, to say the least, the very least.
All right. Well, with that all being said, all that promo, all that stuff, and what have you been twiddling your thumbs on joysticks about this week?
I have been twiddling my thumbs on joysticks about Shovel Knight Dig. It is so good. It is so good. It's what you come to expect from Shovel Knight, if you throw in like Hades.
Yeah, you were saying it was run based, right?
It's run based. So you go on a run, you pretty much are digging. You're going down into the ground, but you're finding new power-ups, new armor, you're fighting bosses, you're finding secret rooms to get upgraded weapons. If you die, you return back to the surface, then you can go like trade in your money and get upgraded shit, go back down. I don't know how many levels down it is. I think it's like 4 or 5. But I've been addicted to it. Super addicted to it.
It looked really cool when you were playing it for the little bit today that we were there. I was like very tempted to pick it up. I was telling you, I've only ever played like the old Shovel Knights, but hardly even. Like, I bought the big collection, and then I don't touch my Switch because it's just I don't know.
Everything's it's all about the Steam Deck now when it comes to that type of
Steam Deck. Yeah, I love this thing. Backyard baseball, baby.
Of course, everybody's go-to on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, just wait for what I played this week.
That's I played a lot of that. Any kind of time, like downtime I had, baby went to sleep, I'm picking up Steam Deck so I can play Shovel Knight Dig. I'm just playing the shit out of that. I got the Cowabunga collection for my Steam Deck, even though I got it on PlayStation as well. But I bought it for the Steam Deck, and I literally played 5 minutes of it. Like, I just turned it on to make sure, just to see it. I'm like, all right, that's all the old Turtle games. Great, great, great. Played 5 minutes of Turtles in Time, turned it off, turned on Shovel Knight Dig.
Nice.
Okay. So I'm loving that right now. That's all I played, but it's just
You been watching anything this week? Anything new in the repertoire?
What did I watch? I did watch something. I watched nothing out of the ordinary. I think I still keeping up with She-Hulk. I started the I know the new season of Rick and Morty started, which has been great watching that.
Yeah. I finally watched that first episode. It was very good.
Yes. Keep watching them. What else? There's something else. Atlanta started back up, so I've been watching that. I think that's it.
All right.
For now.
I got to catch up to that show. I watched like half of the first season. I was like, this is phenomenal. And then I just randomly stopped watching, and I have no reason or recollection why.
I've done that with a lot of shit that I need to get back to.
But yeah, man. That's fucking dope.
Man.
Yeah. As far as me, I've been playing so many games. As you know, I'm such a gamer.
You are. You're the gamer on this show. I need you to get.
That's what I do. It's, hey guys, ladies. But
of course.
I'll get it out of the way first because it's not super exciting. Obviously, been playing Fortnite. Nothing new on the Fortnite front. You know, Battle Pass is going slowly but surely, getting closer and closer to Gwen, closer to some challenges that open up in a couple days. But you know, nothing crazy happening at the moment, I don't think. And then also Overwatch I've been playing a little bit more because, you know, getting those last minute credits and also buying some skins just before the season ends, just so I can, you know, get a little bit more before 2 comes and just destroys everything, which there's some news about.
Yes.
Was waiting for that to come out.
Bless you.
It wanted to come out, and then like I was like struggling through that last sentence, and now we're good.
Beautiful, great.
Besides those 2, which are like, you know, just mainstays, nothing crazy, I picked up some more emulators, and by emulators I mean ROMs.
I'm about to say, you got more emulators?
Yes. But no, I got some more ROMs for specifically, obviously, Game Boy Advance. That's the only set of ROMs that I have on my device right now because I have no mental headspace to go through the whole BIOS thing. I don't care enough to do that as of this point. And all I really care about are Game Boy Advance games. So that's it. But the games that I got, they have a theme to them. That theme is that every single one of them is the number motherfucking 1 sports franchise legend, Pablo Sanchez. That's right. I'm talking about the backyard sports, baby.
Retired jersey MVP of all sports, Pablo Sanchez.
I cannot explain to you how much I love picking Pablo Sanchez on every single team back when I was a kid. I had a little stuffed dog, like plushie, you know, like the plushie that sticks with you when you're a kid, like throughout life, that one.
Yes.
That, his name was Pablo.
I was ready. I thought you were about like, you have a Pablo Sanchez plushie. I'm like, they had
No,
those?
it's literally just a puppy with like a ribbon around his neck, and I still have it somewhere. It's, you know, too much stuff, not enough space. #ad. But yeah, I named him Pablo specifically because of how good Pablo Sanchez was in the backyard games, just to honor him, you know.
Right, of course.
But yeah, I got pretty much the catalog, to say the least. I got baseball already. I've been playing that constantly. I picked up Backyard Skate, which is weird because it's kind of reminiscent of like Tony Hawk a little bit.
I didn't even know they had Backyard Skate.
I didn't either. And it's also weird because you start skating around. It's more reminiscent of Underground for me because there'd just be people standing on the street and you could talk to them and then they would give you like a specific mission. And that's what this is. There's like a bunch of areas you can do tricks and shit, like big map that's like tiled out and whatnot. Right. And there's just like NPC kids around the neighborhood that are just like, go do a fucking kickflip, yo. And then you go do it.
Those children of potty mouths.
Oh yeah, you know. backyard, baby.
True.
But yeah, you just go do a kickflip and come back, and you get some like experience points for it. So I was like, this is pretty neat. And then I also picked up one that I'd never played, but I picked up pretty quickly. I think I never played this. I could be wrong. But backyard hockey, which was really fun. It's not as say the stupidest thing ever, but it's not as good as NHL like 2K. But like, it's not as satisfying when you're trying to like set a play up,
right?
And normally the goalie is like a little bit better AI, where it's not just like I'm following the puck no matter where the puck is, you know, like it's like they normally, like, you know, they'll go back and forth and almost try to predict where it's coming from in like the newer games, as opposed to now where it's like, or back then it's just like, it's almost like an air hockey table that's like automatic, like automatically defending. So it's a little less fun, and then slap shots don't work as much as you'd want them to. So that's kind of like, come on, man. But it's been fun though. And then the final one, which is one that I played probably actually more than baseball, is backyard football, which that game is phenomenal. You can do so many different plays on the field. Like there's like a whole playbook that you can go through, and it's suggestions of like which running you should do for each down to get like the most yardage. And there's 3 options every single time. And then you also get special plays like you do in every backyard game, where one's like the gopher, and you hut the ball, you're the quarterback, and then your wide receiver literally goes into the ground and then gophers through it and then pops out like far down the line, and you could just like Hail Mary it to him. Yeah. So there's things like that and a couple others, but it's fucking phenomenal. And I love the backyard sports games because they're super campy, and you know, I don't know, just it's really nice to see all the representation in those games. You know what I mean?
They need to like bring backyard sports games back and just do like extreme shit, like backyard street racing.
That'd be pretty cool.
Well, isn't backyard wrestling a thing?
Backyard wrestling is a game on the PS2 that I have.
I think that's a game already. Yeah,
but it's not of the backyard like franchise.
It's like actual like violent backyard wrestling.
Pretty much, it's like when people take wrestling too seriously and think it's real. Those like people.
ECW wrestling.
No.
Hey, okay. I don't know shit.
Backyard has nothing on ECW. EC-dub for life.
I know nothing of the wrestling.
I thought you were the wrestling guy.
Of the ECW
did you just say
wrestling.
That you? I thought you just said you don't know anything of the anything wrestling.
Check your hearing, man. No.
Okay. No, I mean, you know, we can rewind.
You're hearing things wrong, huh?
We can rewind.
But why would you do that? I mean, things are in the past for a reason, and we must go forward. Only forward movement. So you running out of air over there? You're tired.
What if I drop like $100 bill? I got to go back and get it.
But you dropped it. You stop. We didn't stop. We kept going.
But it like the wind.
What? You're indoors.
Who drops $100 bill indoors?
You were talking about dropping $100 bills. You're indoors right now talking about dropping $100 bills.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was a wild tangent just now.
It's a great bit. Fuck yeah, improv, baby.
Oh, man. When y'all see what we're coming out with. Oh, man. Talk about
I love having inside jokes that you can't even tell the people that listen to your fucking the content. It's hilarious.
Y'all will know at some point, but the amount of improv today alone
should be on SNL, man. But fucking SB4Q4 SNL.
SB4Q4
SNL. Yeah. But fucking other than those obvious Game Boy Advance games that I've been rocking for God knows how long on my Steam Deck, I have been consistently playing Cyberpunk 2077 because this game is fucking good, dude. It is so much better than it was back in the day. There's like hardly any glitches. I had one today that was kind of funny though. This dude like met up with me in a Takamura, and we're like, hey, just so you know, this guy murdered this guy. You need to like do something about it. And he's like, enough of your bullshit. I don't believe a word you say. And he goes to like drive away all angry. And he just backs into the wall like 7 times in a row. And I'm just standing at the front of his car like, what are you doing, guy? Because it's not progressing the game.
Right.
And then he finally just veers off and goes. And I'm like, okay. And then the dialogue starts back up again. Like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Nice little glitch you had there.
Yeah. Nice little one. And it wasn't bad. Like, it didn't break anything, but it was definitely like, that was a very dramatic scene where like that set up a lot of plot to happen soon. And then it was just ruined by a man backing his car into a wall after he's trying to storm away. Like he just rolled a nat 1 on that shit. But other than those guys, it's been fun. I'm going to go see if I can find the stuff for the Netflix show at some point soon. I just finished the romance storyline with Pan Am, the best fucking character in that game. I love her.
We need to find Pan Am for you in real life. You love her.
Pan Am is goddamn.
Pan Am equals goddamn.
Podcast title.
I don't know if we can make that the title.
Technically, we can put damn, but the issue is God, right?
Yeah, goddamn. This is not, a lot of things won't let you use that.
Can you do G asterisk D?
Yes.
That could work, right?
It could work.
The number 0.
That also would work. We just got to not be as funny for the rest of it so we don't come up with another title.
That's a good point. Gotta remember that, future us. But anyway, yeah, but it's been fun. Other than that, on the watching side of things, I haven't been watching too many new things. Obviously, She-Hulk is phenomenal. I really like this week's episode with the wedding, which is very good.
Yeah, it was good.
I liked it too because a lot of the abysmal people on social media and TikTok were like, "Why the hell did you show Daredevil's helmet last episode at the end to make us think this was the Daredevil episode, and then just do some filler bullshit?" Meanwhile, at the beginning of the episode, Jen looks directly at you in the face, breaks the fourth wall, and says, "Is this a really inopportune time to do a wedding episode?" 100%. Yep. That's why. It's because it's a wedding episode, and weddings are like that. And
there you go. They knew what they were doing.
Like they're beating the TikTokers' asses with predicting how they're going to respond, and then they respond to it even though they're already making fun of it, and it's hilarious to watch. But
they know what's up. They're plugged in.
Oh yeah, they're. It's fucking good. Go watch the show.
I like how people, and this isn't even about just She-Hulk, people online, period, on any social media, put up so much shit about these shows or series or games or whatever they're complaining or talking about. Yeah. As if those companies aren't also on the same platforms. Like, don't you think they've seen it all, heard it all? They hear you complaining all day, every day.
I don't know, man. I just love it. I love how well this show is working right now. I still haven't watched the Star Wars show that came out.
Andor. That shit's getting like high praise, I'm noticing.
Yeah. I just don't. Here's my thing, and I'm gonna discuss it because we discussed it in the Discord slightly. I don't care about this character because he's from a movie called Rogue One. That movie came out, and the time period that happens is literally like when it ends, it's 4 minutes right after A New Hope starts, the original Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's how like close together this is, as opposed to like the prequels where it's like, well, this is the before times from like a shit ton ago, and like Obi-Wan and Mando. So it didn't matter because like none of these characters are going to matter, obviously, because if this movie is happening in present day, why would any of these people matter when the ones from the 70s never mention these characters? You know? So like you already know that they don't matter, no matter what happens to them. And then, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it and want to see it, they all fucking die. Even the Andor dies in the movie. And then this show is a prequel to that movie. where we know he dies. And the thing about this character is he's an asshole in Rogue One. And in the last 20 minutes is where his character development happens. And he's like, oh, I'm actually a good guy after all. That's where it happens. So you're telling me this show is just going to be him being an asshole the whole time? Right? Because, like,
I would assume so, given what you just told me.
And it's just unnecessary. And, like, I don't think anybody gave a shit about Andor, the character, when Rogue One was a thing. And I don't care. I don't like Rogue One. I'm going to say it straight out. I don't like Rogue One. Ooh. Star Wars fan doesn't like Rogue One.
You hear that out there? People who...
What are your thoughts on Rogue One?
Well, you know, Rogue One, when you watch Rogue One, you have to take it for what it is. Whether you like that or dislike that.
That is what? That is what?
What do you mean?
You got to take it for what it is. What is it?
What do you mean, what is it? It's Rogue One.
Yeah, but what is it? That we all know.
Star Wars movie?
Well, yeah, but like, it sounded like you meant like something deeper.
I mean, you can take that statement for what it is, and you can be shallow or deep, but regardless of any of that, I think Rogue One is worth seeing so that you can just develop your own opinion about it. You know what I'm saying? Because the characters in that, while you said what you said, and that's valid for your opinion, might mean something to somebody. Huh?
What did I say?
You said that, you know, people die and he doesn't develop to the end of the thing.
Yeah, that's actually what I said. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, anyway. Jeez. Professional talking.
It's my fault. Sorry. That's on me.
You know, just for that, I'm going to end it there. I could go on and school you and really tear your argument inside out, but I won't.
Damn it. I ruined your flow. I ruined the flow. It's like Emperor's New Groove. I fucking ended your groove or whatever the fuck he said.
Lost my groove. No, wait, that's Austin Powers who lost his mojo.
That's Mojo. I lost my mojo, baby. In it. British. And scene.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch.
Hell yeah.
But what a day we've had.
Oh, kill me. This is not gonna be a short episode.
Man.
But yeah, that's all I've watched and stuff like that. I'll watch the Rogue One show. I've already had like 2 people text me and be like, so what do you think? And I'm like, not a clue. So I guess I'm obligated to watch it because I have Star Wars things.
You're a Star Wars man.
Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna start watching it and get to like the 4th episode and be like, this is fucking amazing.
I'm sure here's the thing, because Rogue One I can appreciate as a movie, like straight up. Like it's just a good, if you like war movies, you will like Rogue One. Like it's just a really good war movie. This will probably be a good show about a guy becoming a spy, because that's what he pretty much is. But like, I don't care. You know, like that's the issue. It's like, you know, those shows on like nighttime television where it's like cops, like NCIS or like the fucking firefighter show. Like I'm sure that these shows are phenomenal and great and really well written, but I don't care about them. Why should I care?
I get that stance. I understand that stance.
It's just boring. Like, why would I watch like random NPC white guy number 6 try to fall in love with his coworker when I could do the same exact thing, but they have superpowers? You know, that's better because it's cooler.
Well, I don't know, because somebody could turn around and say the same thing about that thing.
Because they're human, it's much more relatable.
Yeah, because there's like, I don't know, different audience for different shit.
No, I'm just being a cranky old man.
You're one of those angry nerds.
That's my stuff you're stepping on. Anyway, and now it's time to transition into the news. But before we do that, I'd like to take it away. It's a proud moment of the show. Proud moment for our first sponsor ever.
Yes.
Sponsor of the show. take it away.
Do you want to see the most luscious hair in all of gaming? Then head on over to the Save Before Quitting podcast every single week, where you can see this luscious head of hair.
That's right. 500 subs and it's all gone. And you look like me.
Save Before Quitting is not liable for any blinding of eyes from the bald caucasity of this man's scalp. Any and all inquiries can be sent to the Save Before Quitting Discord, in which you have to only follow one rule of not being an asshole. Don't be the first. No hair was harmed in making this advertisement. Prolonged watching of the Save Before Quitting podcast will incite fits of laughter, learning of gaming knowledge, and also the filing of many taxes.
You heard him.
You did. It's real.
It's real. It's happening.
You need to join if you haven't.
Yes.
Subscribe. To YouTube.
Subscribe on YouTube. 500 subs. We're at 132 right now. I'm sure we can get there.
And if you're an audio listener and you heard that ad but don't understand what any of that was about, you need to go to the YouTube.
Yeah.
And check out this episode so you can get the full breadth of what
we'll eventually post it on like TikTok and shit. But for now, it's just going to be in the episode for the moment. And then we'll, post it eventually. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, now onto the news. It's time for the news, Ant. Would you like to start off this news? Because I feel like this is close to home for you.
The New York Comic-Con account on Twitter tweeted, "Join us October 6th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time for the teaser trailer premiere of Nintendo and Illumination's upcoming Super Mario Brothers film, releasing April 7th, 2023. So we got a date for the movie, and next Thursday we will see the trailer.
It's coming up
teaser
really fast.
Trailer. It is. Now, do you think?
No.
Okay. Do you think we hear Mario's voice?
Nope.
I still think they hold out too.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just never did it. Like, even in the main trailer, like, nothing. No Chris Pratt anywhere to be seen.
What if there's just not Mario? You don't see Mario until you go to the movies and you see the movie.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely going to be some bullshit where it's like all the other characters and you're like, yeah, I get it. Seth Rogen sounds like and whatever, cool. And then after that, it's just going to be like
you even get Luigi.
His hat on a hook or something.
Yeah.
And then like the shadow of him appears but we never hear, let's go. But as Chris Pratt, which is just NPC 3.
I think the movie, the real crazy shit is when the movie came out and he's just like, he reacts to what's happening, but never voices. Like he just grunts and stuff, but he never is just like, hey, what's up? Like he never talks until the very end where he's like, what do you think, Mario? And he's like,
let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, exactly.
Mamma mia.
It's just fucking Star-Lord's voice.
Yeah. Dance off, bro.
That needs to happen now.
I posted that GIF. I said, Mamma mia, Luigi, dance off, bro. Me and you.
That's going to be in the movie.
Kind of want to animate that. Like, just fucking, like, rotoscope that and just animate Mario over top of, like, the actual GIF.
That would work so well.
Yeah, that would be a good GIF. Let's go. Dance off, bro. He even calls him bro. It works.
He does. It does work.
All right. Next up, little tiny bit of news for Fortnite. It is the 5-year anniversary of Fortnite. And they have a little event going on right now where you can get some free items celebrating the 5th birthday. You just got to do a couple challenges that are really, really simple. No offense to the items, but they all suck.
No offense to them, though.
Yeah. They're kind of goofy looking. It's just birthday cake slices and cupcakes with the number 5 on it. I would swipe left immediately on Tinder. But, it's free stuff. So if you play Fortnite and you want to get some free stuff, do that. That's just a little quick one for you. The bigger news that I will take. Yo. 5 years is the time, man.
That's been out for 5 years?
Yeah. I still remember day one, dude. I was a day one Fortnite and day one Apex player, and both of those two games have changed so much. One drastically for the better, one drastically for the worst. It's crazy. But
Yeah.
in other news related to, ironically, Star Wars, the thing that I haven't been keeping up with, James Earl Jones, the voice of Darth Vader, the deep booming voice, if you didn't know, was him as a voiceover dub over the character. He is officially retiring from voicing the role. So they're going to be ending up looking for some sort of voice double, or even like some sort of situation with the technology the way it is now, that you could maybe even make like an AI that could do that, or like some sort of like bot, pretty much. So yeah, sad day, but also I'm kind of tired of Darth Vader. Darth Vader's not scary. Get wrecked. Yeah.
All right, next up. Netflix anime account tweeted, it's your first look at Onimusha, an anime based on Capcom's legendary game created by Takashi Miyake and Shinya Sugai. I think I pretty much said that right.
I was gonna say, I was surprised by the Miyake. I thought it was just Mike with an extra I.
Takashi Mike. Oh, we're gonna cancel for that one.
I don't know.
From Sublimation with Musashi Miyamoto. They are testing me. Modeled after Toshiro Mifune.
I feel like you got every single one right.
Created by Takashi Miyake and Shinya Sugai from Sublimation with Musashi Miyamoto, modeled after Toshiro Mifune. I feel good about that.
Yeah. It looks cool from the screen grabs that are here.
I didn't know this was even happening.
I didn't know that this was a Capcom game.
Oh, yeah.
What system was it on? And I can tell you
PS2.
why. Really?
Onimusha? I'm pretty sure that's PS2. Hold on.
I don't remember that at all.
Onimusha. Yep, PS2. Went all the way up to, it was a remake, and then there was a remake on PS4.
There goes my I wasn't born excuse.
Yep.
I don't know why, but for some reason I thought this was Okami.
Nah, I know that's what did that start on? That was on
PS1
GameCube?
Was it? Fuck, I'm stupid.
Okami. No, I was wrong. It was on PS2 also, though.
Oh, I was right. PS2.
PS2.
Fuck yeah. Awesome. I remember that game. I always wanted it, but then I never got it. I never played it.
Why did I think that shit was on Oh, it was on Wii.
Oh, yeah, because it had the brush thing.
Yeah, and then they
where you
made
could
it
use the Wiimote as such.
They remade it for Switch, I want to say. Did they?
I think so, yeah. I remember seeing it recently. Yeah, you're right. It's on Switch.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Man. Yeah, it does look good. Looks good.
Do you want to take the next one, or do you want me to do the next?
Sure. Yes, because your reaction to this is better than the actual news. Disney wants a new Star Wars game every six months, reports Insider Gaming. 8 games have been announced, and several more are in development. This is every Star Wars game in development. Amy Hennig's game from Skydance Media, an Untitled FPS from Respawn, an open world game from Ubisoft Massive, Star Wars Eclipse from Quantic Dream, Knights of the Old Republic remake from Saber Interactive, Jedi Survivor, the Fallen Order sequel from Respawn Entertainment, Star Wars Hunters by Zynga, and an untitled strategy game from Respawn Entertainment. These 8 games are the only titles that have been announced, with sources suggesting that there are several more in pre-development.
I think that Knights of the Old Republic actually was... There's something that happened with that caused it to get either pushed back indefinitely, or there was something that went on with it.
The whoever was making it, I think they had a falling out. It wasn't being made by them anymore. It was re-picked up by Saber.
I did not.
So it's back in development now. I don't think there's a new date though.
Thought I was going to save some money, but I guess not. Yeah, there's this thing that I've been thinking that maybe Star Wars needs to kind of like, go by the way of Star Trek and die a little bit. You know?
Think so?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it gets to a point where it's like you start making so much stuff that it starts making more crap come. You know what I mean? Like, there'll be a lot of good, but with a lot of good, there's a lot of bad that also starts piling up as well, which seems to be what's happening a lot more. Like, I don't want to say that it started with the sequels, 'cause I don't necessarily believe that, but even with the harsh reception those got, then like other things started sucking. Like, I didn't think Rogue One was worth a damn. I didn't think that Solo was good. I didn't think that Boba Fett's show was good. It's just too much all at once. And like, while I love Star Wars, I'm just like, bruh, there's a time where you kind of just gotta like just do one thing. Like, Star Trek still exists. There's still a TV show, but like, that's how I feel Star Wars should be. It should be like a TV show, not 80 fucking TV shows for 80 different characters for a million different conversations that don't really match up with each other or make sense besides Boba Fett and fucking Mando. So like, Ahsoka's coming, that'll make sense probably, and then there's like a Jedi one and a Sith one, and there's like a bounty hunter one. I'm like, we don't need this much. It's too much.
On top of the fact that there's now going to be a game every 6 months.
Yeah, like, that's just too much shit. But I don't know. Here's the thing. Am I mad if they keep coming? No. It needs to stop.
You just want them to like retain the gravity that is Star Wars. If you give it to them too much, it's like, okay, now you're making it cheap.
Yeah, 100%.
I got you.
Like how they did with Toy Story when they made the fourth one.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's poo-poo.
I like the fourth one.
It's poo-poo.
Oh, I will say it's unnecessary. I didn't hate the movie. I'd like 3 more.
It's poo-poo. It was a waste of my time. And the only thing that was a thing that I was like, that's kind of neat, was Keanu Reeves was in it. That was it. I was like, yo, my dude Neo. That was it.
That piece. I like
my dude Johnny Silverhand, baby. I didn't like them because they were just Key and Peele the show. That was
funny.
it.
They were funny though.
I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole. Who cares? All right.
Don't talk about yourself like that.
Listen, you know what? Let's just get to the next news, because the next news is better than all of this combined. The Last of Us HBO Max trailer.
Oh man.
Yeah,
you go ahead. Yeah.
It was so good.
It was good.
So good. So good. I love it. I love the look. I wish we got to hear them talk a little bit. Like Joel and Ellie, because there was a lot of talking from other characters, most definitely. But dude, it's so good. I have nothing to say about that. Like, the little flashes that we got of the clickers was awesome, because they didn't really do like a full reveal necessarily. There was just like the one shot at the end, and then there was one where it was like the silhouette.
Yeah.
But it looks phenomenal. Like the what's it called? The practical effects they did, just great.
It did what it was supposed to do. It showed me in just enough where I'm just like, okay, I'm in. I want to watch it. They didn't go too crazy. It was definitely like a teaser, but it was enough for me to be like, yep, I'll be watching this.
See, now my thought is here, is this a one and done thing, you think? Do you think they tell the story of the whole first game in one season? Or are we getting multiple seasons just for the first game, and then once all those are done, we can move into the second game?
From the looks of the trailer, it would seem as if they're covering a lot of one in this season. So with that, when does this come out? Next year?
It's a great question. 1 second, I have the technology.
Let's just say, for argument's sake, right now it comes out in
2023.
2023.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's all it says.
Okay. I think it's going. Did it say when in 2023?
Nope.
Okay. All right, that helps me out even more. Let's say this comes out fall 2023. Let's say it runs into 2024. I would not be surprised if they're already working on Last of Us 2 remade. And
you
then
mean the game?
The game. And then in 24, we get the game, and then they come out with season 2, and it's Last of Us 2.
You know what I could see them doing instead of that? I could see them, instead of going straight to 2, doing a mini series of the one DLC with Ellie.
Yeah, but she's in the show. She's in season 1.
But like a full-fledged thing.
You don't think they incorporate that into it?
I think they like tease it, maybe, like just as like a, hey, this is like a thing that we're gonna come back to. Then the first season ends, and maybe it's the end of the first game, or like maybe it's 2 seasons for the first game, and then we'll do like a mini season in between where it's like either like 3 episodes or just one like long movie of the DLC. And then we get 2, because then that gives time for the actress who plays Ellie to age. Because she needs to be like a decent bit older for that story to like fully, you know?
Yeah.
And plus, like, Pedro Pascal aged sounds pretty good. He's a handsome man.
Is he on your list?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Yeah. Ever since I saw him in that Nicolas Cage movie, I was like,
if he pinned me against the wall in a room that nobody was in, I can't say. You can't say.
Let's just say that, like, I'd be like, oh no. No, stop. And then, you know, what happens.
What are you about to do to me?
No, I have somewhere to be. They'll be looking for me. I swear.
We're supposed to.
I don't have 30 to 40
today.
minutes. I definitely don't have 30 to 40 to just do whatever, or whoever, whatever.
I'm skipping into my house. I'm like, what the fuck is up with you? You ready to record? Like, we can do anything.
We can record. I just cannot sit down.
Wow.
Improv episode is going really well.
Really well.
We did a little bit of improv today, and then this episode is just fucking bombarded with bits.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was a bit, all right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Dick bit.
Next up, do you want to talk about this a little bit and what you think about it?
Yep. All right.
Also, I would like to know, will you be playing this game?
I'd like to be playing this game. That's what I'll go on record and say.
Okay.
Overwatch 2 will record voice chat and requires a phone number to play. Blizzard details some ways it will combat disruptive players in Overwatch 2, which includes voice chat recordings and a phone number requirement. Can you elaborate on that? Because I didn't get to read I didn't read the article.
So pretty much it's basically to play Overwatch 2, you will be required at all to play it, to use your mobile phone number in there. So it pretty much keeps you accountable for any actions you take, whether they be voice chat related with, like, you know, saying some horrendous things if you're playing with randoms instead of your own personal team, or even something like cheating. Because if you cheat on your account, in theory, then, you know, you get reported and it's linked to your phone number. Then while it's a free game and you could most definitely go get a new phone number and all that shit, you're also going to have to do an email and a new phone number. So it's just kind of deterring people from going that route of either smurfing or something like cheating. So
Got it.
It's definitely not like a hard, there's not going to be any cheaters situation, but like it'll definitely deter people from being more active in that scene, because after a certain amount of times you get banned, I assume that becomes annoying. I don't know. I've never cheated in a video game, so especially not a shooter, just fucking get good.
Well, yeah, I guess I get that part.
Yeah.
That's just that's something. We had a lot of Google numbers made that day.
Yeah, I could definitely see that being a thing, and it would be very interesting to see, like, you know, like those charts where it's like you could see like how often something is Googled, like, or searched. I'd love to see how much it like the search of like how to get a free phone number.
Oh yeah,
spikes when Overwatch 2 comes out.
I want to see that too. The side by side of the download, the purchases / downloads of Overwatch 2 and the amount of free Google numbers made that day.
That'd be phenomenal. I kind of want to do that as like a thing. Like I want to remember to do this and then like talk about it like a month after the game comes out. And see
Is there a way we can find that information out?
Yeah, there's a way that they did I forget what show I saw it on, but they like compare like when one thing was searched compared to another thing. I think it might have been Hey Donna. I could be wrong. But it's like one of those things where it's like when this was up, this also was up. Why do we think that was a thing? Like, why is this a trend?
Yeah.
And then they improv. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm playing this game no matter what because I fucking love Overwatch. As you know, I literally just got done playing Overwatch and hopped into this podcast. So yeah, it's a phenomenal game. 2 was fun with the beta, so there's that.
Word, son. All right.
Next up, big news in the world of movies. Motherfucking Ryan Reynolds hopped out and made a little promo video for Deadpool 3 earlier in the week, in which he's sitting on a couch, does this whole like emotional speech about doing Deadpool right for the first time in the MCU, and then leading up to him saying that he's got no fucking ideas whatsoever for the movie at all, except for when he motions back to the back hallway, in which Hugh Jackman walks past and says, "Hey Hugh, you want to play Wolverine again?" He says, "Yeah, sure, Ryan." So
that's all that needed to be done.
Yeah. Wolverine is going to be back with Hugh Jackman, which, if you know our channel, we have a history with Hugh Jackman.
We do.
Go watch the old Christmas video. Yeah.
For damn sure. Day ones.
But yeah, it's interesting to see. There was some outrage online because people were like, "But what about Logan? Logan like was the ending of Wolverine and blah 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 blah."
And you saw the follow-up video?
Yes, saw the follow-up video. It was phenomenal where they're like going at each other and with music over top. And
yeah,
there's been a couple videos of like reading their lips and whatnot to see exactly what was said. But it's one of those things where it's very funny because the director of Logan posted a GIF of the young Wolverine stabbing old Wolverine into the tree, and like that's all he posted. And he's like, "Let's just get one thing straight, like." The end of Logan's story is Logan, but whatever happens in this can either be an alternate universe, because obviously that's the Fox universe compared to the MCU, or like it's just earlier in his life and happened earlier. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not gonna like destroy the canon or make something non-canon as of this point, whatever. But
they would have to do something like, well, because all right, so. I mean, that is the one question they answered before they turned the music on and started talking into the music, was that Logan happened in what, 2029? It was later.
Yeah.
But is the Professor X from Doctor Strange the same Professor X that was in? It's not?
No.
All right, then never mind.
It's the same actor, but it's not the same universe.
All right.
Because the universe that Charles Xavier is from is not the same as the Fox universe. Yeah.
I just like, there's a lot of criticisms about the phase we're in now with these Marvel movies. And I honestly think some of that is warranted. But at the same time, I would hope that later, I don't want them to just be considering the multiverse saga and all that stuff. I don't want that just to become a get out of jail free card, and then nothing seems as good because they're just doing everything with the excuse that, well, multiverse.
I mean, welcome to comics.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's one of those things where the thing that they're based on has finally caught up to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to like explain their way out of a marketing scheme that what comic books do with multiverses and different universes and shit. It's just a universe reset so they can sell #1 books again. That's all it is. Nobody wants to walk into a comic book store and see Spider-Man number 369 and then be like, yeah, I'm going to start here and go find all the rest of them. They want to pick up #1 right on the spot, and then if they want to get the rest of them, they can have them pulled, or they never have to read it again because it's a #1. That's all people want. And that doesn't work with movies. But
yeah, I guess that's why I had the questions. But you're deeper into the comic book, world than I'm not even a toe into the comic book world. So to hear that explanation, actually, I get it. I understand a little bit better.
It's hard what MCU is trying to do right now because when you bring in the multiverse, like there's only a couple ways that it can work in a way where it's not too much. Like I feel like Spider-Verse does it really well because those comics they're very simple event comics where it's like we're gonna get this big team up of spider people. They're all gonna take down one big bad together that's threatening them, and then we'll do it again in a couple years, but the big bad's different, and we have different versions of Spider-Man because none of them fucking matter. There's one from the original Spider-Verse that was literally a fucking chimp. It was like a spider monkey, literally. And like he was in maybe 1 or 2 comics, never showed up again. There's just making these because they can. Yeah. There was a Old West one, which was dope. I like that one. That's about all I got. But yeah. Yeah. But I don't know.
Needless to say, though, I'm looking forward to this very, very much.
Yeah. Looks fucking good.
Last up. No, not last. Second to last up. You posted in the Discord a new Pokemon was announced. The Pokemon Instagram account posted, boasting an exceptional sense of smell, Wiglet, the new Pokemon, can pick up scents from over 60 feet away. When it notices the scent of other Pokemon, Wiglet burrows into the sand to conceal itself. So, new Pokemon was announced today. Wiglet, obviously a new Diglett variant.
From the face, I'm guessing so.
Yes.
I hate it. It looks disgusting.
Looks like cum.
Yeah. It's ground cum.
Ground cum.
Podcast title. I don't even remember the first one. Shit.
It was something about Pan Am, goddamn.
That's exactly what it was. Pan Am greater than. Like the greater than symbol. Next up, big news coming from our boy Jeff Keighley, who announced this for us that we saw. Google is officially shutting down Stadia completely. It's really crazy because of how much they push this. But the even crazier part, the fact that they're just pretty much shutting down entirely, is that they are offering refunds for all hardware and software. So not just the games that you purchased, but any sort of hardware related to it. So I think they had a controller, and then they might have had like a Fire Stick type situation, right?
They had like a Chromecast.
Yeah.
Controller. Yeah.
So all of that stuff you can get a refund for, which is insane. We were talking about this earlier. I was like, the amount of money. Sorry, I'm burping.
All good. Burps have to happen. It's part of life.
The amount of money that they spent just to get all the games that they had on there is astronomical. Then people paid for those games, so they made money. A little bit, probably. Not as much as they probably paid to get them on the service, obviously, considering it failed. Now, they're refunding that money that was probably a financial hit and losing so much. The net loss on this has to be fucking insane.
We read
for them, not, but you know,
it's still a lot. Like it's still a hit. Like I don't care how much money you have. This is a hit because we read something earlier that they paid third-party companies like Ubisoft and Who was the other company we read about? Because it was like the Assassin's Creed games and
something.
I forgot. It was another big.
Was it Last of Us?
AAA studio, huh?
Was it Last of Us?
Last of Us couldn't be on there. That's PlayStation.
No, it was a game similar to that. I remember we were talking about it earlier.
Something huge. But anyway, Red Dead Redemption.
That's why.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2. They played these AAA companies tens of millions of dollars, it said, per game. They paid companies per game these many millions of dollars to have them on the Stadia platform. They invested crazy. So they have to refund all of that money, plus the hardware, plus the software, like the software purchases to the people who bought them. It's a ridiculous amount of money.
Luckily for them, they probably won't have every single person claim their refunds just because, you know, there's going to be a vast majority of people that are just going to be like, why my Stadia not working today? And then they never fucking heard of it because they don't know what Twitter is. But
Google themselves put out an entire like write-up about, you know,
we're failures.
Yeah, getting rid of Stadia and it's unfortunate that this has happened and how much they invested. But some bullet points from it coming from a Nebellion on Twitter. Google will refund all Stadia hardware purchases through the Google Store and games, plus add-ons through the Stadia Store. Majority of refunds to be completed by mid-January, which is when they're shutting it down completely. Stadia's tech will be used by other products and industry partners. So they're going to try to reuse whatever's left, I guess, of the Stadia tech in other areas. But it's just fucking nuts.
Yeah, I agree. It's crazy, man. But, I mean, to be fair, I feel like we've only ever made fun of like Stadia, no offense to them and whatever. Like, they could have been good. It's just the fact that nobody took it seriously. That's the main point. But yeah, man, that's about all we got. We do have 2 stories over on Instagram that we'll go through real quick. The Gotham Knights PC trailer came out showing a little bit more gameplay from multiple different characters. Ironically, there was a scene with Nightwing, and he had not the glider that we've seen already. It almost looked like a hang glider. And it was like the same shape of his logo, which I thought was pretty cool, as opposed to like the Fortnite electronic like glider that he uses like to just mainly get around the city. This looks like it's like a one that pops up like maybe during like cutscenes or something, just to like hang glide down, as opposed to like whatever the glider with like a motor does. But and then the other one is the PlayStation Plus games for this coming October. Phenomenal lineup. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Hot Wheels Unleashed for both PS5 and PS4. I'm looking forward to playing this. I'm very interested in it. Injustice 2, which I've been told is not the DLC version, which is annoying because why the fuck would you not do the big version? Yeah. I've heard that it's not the complete version, but like the pictures that they're using are literally DLC characters for the game, so I'm very confused. But whatever. And then the last one, which is another phenomenal game, Super Hot. So all of those coming to PlayStation Plus this month for free. Make sure you get those in your library and claim them when they come out. And don't forget to get this past month's ones, even though they're not. I don't think this month was great. I don't think it was terrible. October though is looking pretty good. Yeah, for sure. That's the news.
Oh wait, we had some stuff on Twitter.
Never mind.
the hacker, the 17-year-old hacker that put out all that GTA 6 Rockstar shit, was arrested. And what else we got? Rick is in multiverses.
I gotta try him out still. I've only tried Morty.
I think that is it now.
All right. GG's. Nice. We do have a couple, and by a couple I mean a decent bit, questions in the podcast question section of our Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, Go to the link in the description, join on up. The only rule is don't be an asshole, as you heard earlier in the pod from our little disclaimer. But also, nobody's done that before, so just don't be the first. Okay?
Please don't be the first.
Yeah. But hop on over. It's a fun time. We post about our weekly pickups of nerdy shit and also just talk general gaming and life stuff too. So, yeah. What questions? How many? Let's just do it. How many questions do we want to do?
2.
2. Okay. There's a lot of questions here. You pick one and then I'll pick one. And then we'll save the rest for a different time. But like we'll just pick randomly since they all came in at the same time. We don't have to go top to bottom.
Got it. So Uniga already we asked also thoughts on the new Diglett. I think we just answered that.
Yeah, I already did that one.
I feel like that question we gotta really think into. Most compelling main character. You know what? I don't want to answer that yet. I want to answer that when we're kind of fresh and have some thought into that. Like I have things that sprung to mind, but I really want to like think on that one.
Okay. I feel like we got asked most compelling things, and one of them you can't even answer.
Oh, the D&D one?
Yeah.
Well, that's for you.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I don't think I have one yet.
Well, for people wondering what we're talking about, our good old pal Yuki asked most compelling D&D moment for you.
Yeah, I mean, guess for the last campaign that just ended, the reveal that my character pretty much was working for the bad guy the whole time, but unknowingly, in a sort of Moon Knight-esque situation, but not directly the same, in which my character, for all else, was a character named Fraud, Frod, and he's working with the main bad guy, Strahd, who then created inside of Fraud's mind an alternate persona so that he could be the eyes without, like, you know, being able to be broken pretty much. And that character was Dorf, which is Fraud backwards as a charlatan. And he pretty much played like what's his name? Tom Wiseau from The Room. He was very ambiguous with every answer that he gave, never gave anything specific or anything like that. So he was pretty much stupid, but he was super fucking charismatic. But the reveal to the players that that was happening the whole time, and it had been a thing since pretty much like a month or two into the campaign, was pretty fun to finally like let loose. I didn't get to really like fight as much as I wanted to as Fraud once it was revealed. I kind of switched back to the good side really quickly, and I didn't get to do a thing that I wanted to do. I had from an early session earned a wish spell, which is just a spell that, you know, you make a wish, and then if you roll high enough, it sure does probably maybe happen within the DM's forgiveness and kindness. But I was planning on using it when my party tried to reach to Dorf, like the whole thing, like, this isn't you gotta fight it, or whatever that. And then Dorf came back in control, and then he was just gonna casually say, well, I wish that did not ever happen again. And that would in turn cause the real life persona of Fraud to disappear and only left be Dorf in the stead.
That is pretty compelling.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but sadly one of our party members was eviscerated. Like, Strahd used a spell on Anna's character, who was like a big mountain person, and the spell literally erased them from existence. So I was just like, man, I sure wish that they were back with full health instead, and like that ended up winning us the fight. So I was like,
nice. I
didn't get to do the thing I wanted to do, but like, I don't know, maybe Dorf will make a comeback, and technically Fraud's still around in the back of his mind somewhere.
True.
So maybe he'll make a return in another campaign if someone else wants to. But
Shall see.
Yeah. I don't know. That's about it. What about you with D&D? You play D&D all the time.
I can't even bullshit my way through that. No, I have no compelling D&D moments.
No bits left.
No bits left. I'm out of bits.
All right.
I'm out of improv.
I guess the other question we can answer for tonight, it's a little bit easier of a question from Uniguff. It says, what's your least favorite trophy that you had to earn in any game? Excluding platinums, because, obviously. I will say, in regards to that, it has to do with the platinum. In order to get a platinum, you need to, do every single trophy.
Mm-hmm.
The trophies, and I feel like we might even just straight up agree on this one. The trophy that's like probably like a gold or a silver that's like play the whole entire story again on this difficulty.
Those suck.
Those are my least favorite things. Whenever I see that, it's an immediate acknowledgement of me that I'm like, I'm not platinuming this game.
Yeah.
I refuse to do that. Like, even if I love the game, like I think Ghost of Tsushima was one I was like, maybe I do it and go do New Game Plus, and like, but I don't think like that had that trophy, but it was one of those games like if it did, I would. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're just never worth it as far as I'm concerned.
I'll take that answer too.
Yeah.
This is least favorite you earned, but 9 times out of 10 I didn't earn that because I'm not doing that.
I've definitely done it once or twice for a platinum, just because like I need to do it in order to then get the platinum trophy. But it I don't know, man. It's other than that, most trophies are super simple. Like I remember I was doing all the trophies for what's it called, Insomniac, Ratchet and Clank. I was doing all the trophies for that, and like it's not that they were bad. It's just that they were like so like mundane. It was just like collect this.
You didn't feel like taking the time to get them done.
And like it was one of those things where it's like you just end up popping them like by accident, which I kind of like that. Like where it's just like, oh, I got a trophy for doing something I didn't realize was a trophy. But like when you have to go back and do that stuff, then it takes no time to do, and it's just like tedious and boring. Like go collect this on this island, and you go there, and then you get it done in like 10 seconds after you land in the area after fast traveling. Like, come on, bro. Like, put some thought into this at least, but
at the very least.
But yeah, that's about all I got.
No, I got nothing else.
All right. Well, I think that was less than the amount of time that we said we wanted to be. So it's a little bit shorter of an episode this week, but putting out a bunch of new stuff, and by putting out, I mean actually making it. You saw a little bit of that earlier with the advertisement that we had for the 500 subs on YouTube. Make sure you share this with a friend,
please.
Make them watch that because it was fun to make.
Just know we're working very hard.
Yeah. And the new stuff coming very, very soon. As always, you'll probably hear that for the next 3-4 weeks now until we get to the big ol' episode of Hundo. New merch on the way as well for Bitch Made, the series. A couple other ones y'all have been requesting as well. So we're going to be popping them out pretty soon. I would assume at least one new merch item by next week, because I'm probably going to go work on it after I'm done editing the podcast, to be honest with you, on my end, because I got to wait for you to finish, and then you got to send me that, and then I got to do it on my end.
I need the audio from the ad.
Oh, yeah, well, I got to send that to you.
Yeah.
And then, it's time. It's going to be a long night.
It's like, you can't get what I have until I get what you have to send me.
It'll take me like 4 seconds to get that. It's fine. We got this. But before we start sending all these files left, right, up, and down, all over the place, you guys can always follow us on our social media. Save letter B number 4 quitting. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. You know the word. Titty. Thank you again to CLD for wearing the Titty Gang shirt to AEW Dynamite. We'll probably talk about that on the first Patreon podcast of the month, maybe. Like, maybe I'll talk about it there, but I felt like it was going to be too long of a discussion if we brought it up in this podcast. So, discuss that later. And then
Word,
go to the merch store and pick up some merch items. We are taking some stuff out of the store. I've already taken out maybe 5 or 6 items. Gamer socks are gone, guys.
Yep.
There's only one person in this world that owns a pair of Save Before Quitting gamer socks. So wear them with pride because that's a one of one.
One of one.
Yeah. So
when we blow and someone asks where you got those, you can be like, well, you missed it.
Day one, baby.
Yep.
But yeah, we appreciate you guys for being NGPs, and we will see you this coming Sunday live on twitch.tv for the live Patreon podcast. As always, we'll reach out to you Patreon peeps to give you the link and everything. We actually have a new way of doing it that might work a little bit easier than everything else. We're actually using it currently. So we'll see how that goes.
It worked well.
Yeah. So far it's been great. And yeah. Well, do we got anything? You got anything else?
No, we have nothing else. We literally, physically, figuratively today, we have nothing else left.
True. And before you guys run out of everything and have nothing else, make sure that you always save
before quitting.
We'll see you next week. And by that, I mean Sunday.
Yeah,
it's Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday. Wow.
WrestleMania.
We what was the?
We should just do another podcast real quick before we go to bed.
Now, let's just do it.
Just another one. Yeah.
Just shoot some more shit. Come over. I'm called Darrell again.
God, dude, I'm fucking. Dude, I have a story to tell on the Patreon podcast about a situation. And I'm going to tease it in this post-credit scene. So if you remember back in the, maybe about a couple months ago, it was around our birthdays. I received a mysterious package in the mail.
Oh, yes.
That thing, right? Let's just say, hadn't touched it in a while. Then I remembered I had it last night. And I was feeling a type of way. So I may have used that thing, right? And then when you use the thing, you need to, you got to clean it. You got to get that clean for next use, and just so it's not just sitting there, marinating. And let's just say that I did that in the shower because I was taking a shower to come record today.
Right.
That too, to come again later at some other point in time. And I got done washing it, and I tried off. I got dressed, got everything ready to go. Came over to your place, recorded the show, finished doing that. Then got in my car. About 5 minutes down the road, I have a creeping thought in my mind. What did I forget?
Oh,
what did I forget to do?
You did.
And I realized something, that I might have left something in the shower with the curtain open. And now here's the thing. Here's the kicker that might cause the Patreon podcast to have more to this story. I got home and it was still there. Shower curtain wide open. Parents had been home and went out to dinner. I have not talked to them, but they sure as shit know. So I'm in an awkward standoff right now of knowledge.
But have y'all crossed paths?
Not really, no. I kind of just went straight to my room. I saw it was in there. I pulled it out of the shower, dried it off and all that. And I put it in its normal spot back where I don't use it. I have it in a drawer, and I'm like, I'm not using this thing often. And yeah, so that's the thing. I needed my own place.
Oh man.
So if anybody knows of a place where
I take you there.
Yeah. And we'll hear more about this on Patreon, where I can say things more openly.
I have questions, but I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna wait.
I don't even know there's many questions asked.
It's not really a question, more so a scenario that would be horrifying and hilarious.
Okay. We'll see you guys on the Patreon podcast next month.
Yeah.
Hell of a teaser, am I right?
Tell me about it. I want to talk about this now.
Yeah. I mean, we will probably right after this. But they won't see it unless they pay $5.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.